Okay, what's going on, guys? This video is going to be a little different just because I wanted to make something out of the norm for me. This, as most of my friends, TikTok viewers, even some of you on YouTube know that I am a photographer by trade, photographer, videographer. And this is just kind of going to be a what's in my bag scenario. First, we'll start with what I'm shooting this on. This is a Osmo Action, not just the Action 2 or whatever it's called. It's the original Osmo Action. And then we're gonna kind of take everything out one by one. This is my Rode Wireless Go 2 system. I'm currently using it, so there's only the one I'm not using in the bag. I actually have it connected to my Osmo Action. I have a video on that I will put in the description and add a card for. Now, we'll start with the main thing in the bag, which is this is my only camera. I actually sold my other camera. This is a Sony A6100 4K capable camera. I wouldn't recommend recording in 4K. Just because the rolling shutters kind of doo-doo. Peak Design anchors on it. I actually bought this camera specifically because it has an audio jack input, which means I can run external microphones on it. My A5100 I had could not. I also have this. This is a Delkin Fat Gecko triple suction mount. It sits on my shelf a lot because I don't have a way to store it in the bag. But this allows me to mount this camera either in a car, on the side of a car for rolling shots, anything of that nature. I'm actually going to tilt this camera down a little bit if I can, because I'm actually hurting my head. There we go. It's hurting my head having to keep my head pointed down. But this attaches in a couple of different spots. And the reason why it's so great is because you can take this one off, because to get a camera stable, you need at least 2 points of contact, right? So this one is the one I like to mount on the bottom, to like the regular tripod mount. I'll mount this down here. I'm just going to do this pretty loose just to give you an idea. So then we'll mount this down here. Then we would attach this. Actually, I mount the camera upside down when I do this. But then I'll put this end on one part of the windshield. Then I'll come in and I'll attach this to the side. So one good thing about a cage, I'm running a Smart Rig cage on here. But now you have your 2 points of contact. So I'll put this off to the side of it or whatnot, however I can angle it. And then same thing with this, I'll angle this as well. That way we can attach it safely with minimum vibration. This is my variable ND filter. It's a 67mm filter thread. It fits on the lens I have on here. This is a Sigma 16mm f1.4. So it fits on that. I also have step rings to run it on my other lenses. This is a Laowa. Damn, where am I looking? This is a Laowa 9mm. This is what I use in my real estate shoots because I'm a real estate photographer. So you want something that's extremely wide, and that actually has very low distortion as well. This is my Sony 50mm f1.8. I have a CPL filter on here because this is what I use for my car photography a lot of the time. And I will have sample shots that I will put over this video at this point just to show you, because some people knock these cheap Sony lenses, and I like the softness of them for car photography specifically, and I really like them. This is the Sony 55-210. I actually picked this up a few months ago and did a few test shots with it on a car shoot, as well as my kids at a recent family event. This is a variable aperture. It's 3.5 at the widest, and then 5.6 zoomed all the way out at the widest, but can go all the way up to, or can close all the way down to f/16. My other lens I have in here is a Sigma 30mm. This one is not my favorite lens. The focusing on this is really kind of trash. It's not as good as the 16mm or any of the other ones that I have. The Laowa itself is a manual lens, so you have to manually focus that. Next, we will go through my plethora of battery banks. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery bank. My wife has it from her work. This is a 15,000 milliamp battery bank. And this is a Anker 10,000 milliamp battery bank. I have these just in case scenarios. This one specifically, I have a mount that attaches to my camera cage that I can just clamp this down on the cage. That way I can basically just run the camera off the battery banks. And then drone. This is my DJI Air 2S. Made a video about this before. Actually crashed it my first week of flying it, which I hear is pretty common for some people. Still works great. There's actually still some battle scars on it that you can see. But as a whole, it's a pretty good little drone. I enjoy it. I like it a lot. And I actually use this in my real estate stuff as well. But solid little drone. And this is the ND filters for the drone. And then a couple of extra batteries. So I personally, I bought the Fly More pack, so I have extra batteries for that. This is a Movo VXR 10 Pro shotgun microphone that I have. I used to use it on that a lot, but I really don't anymore since I got the Rode Wireless Go system. This actually sounds pretty decent, but it's not something that I make an effort to pull out and use. This is the controller for the drone. And then I have a couple of filters. These filters suck. I mostly use them as lens protectors. Like this UV filter specifically was for the kit lens, I do believe. Yeah, this was the kit lens 16-50 that I actually sold with my other camera, so I really have no use for these anymore. So those can actually come out. And this also came with my other camera. It's just in the bag. These were also other filters for the 16-50. So actually both of these can come out. But as a whole, this is what I use on almost every shoot. This is what I take out, photography or video. This is actually a little $30 tripod that I got from Walmart. You can tell it's on brand, but it actually serves me really well. It extends pretty far. It has a hook to where you can lock it down with a sandbag if you want, and it actually goes up pretty far. I'll actually extend it for you guys so you can see. And this is just going to be the standard height. All right, so this is the standard height. Whenever you put a camera on there, it's going to be like right here. But then you can actually loosen this. If I can loosen it. There we go. Maybe. There we go. And then you can actually just crank this puppy up. And it can actually go way higher if you want. And it's great. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's a little cheapo, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it does the job, and it does it pretty well. But this is what's in my bag. It's nothing crazy. A lot of people will try to tell you starting out that you need great gear to put out excellent quality stuff, and I'm here to tell you that's a lie. I really do want to upgrade cameras, but it's more of a want than a need. For me, it's more, I like the features that are built into the camera. And I do want a little more megapixels so I can put out higher quality prints for car posters and whatnot. But it's not a necessity. It's definitely a want. But this is everything that I use. And it gets me, I get paid pretty decently. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. You have a great day.